I've got Tom Liver's name down pat, New Jersey guy, moved here. He doesn't sound like a Gluckstadt resident, but he is, I think. And he helped design this program, so that's why he was on the committee that helped us put it together, and he and Mr. Pegg over here are the coordinator for the county. So with that, I want to say welcome to the Madison County Volunteer Fire Station number 2. I will tell you, I can't think of a better place to celebrate the beginning of a new health care initiative for volunteer firemen and for their families than right here in Madison County. I want to thank Mac Pegg for what he's done and Tom Liver for their work on designing this program, and the great people in Madison County for allowing us to be here and use your facility. We're joined by Claudia Tucker, the Vice President of Government Relations for Teladoc, and her friend CJ here, who works very closely with the department. We also have former State Senator Charlie Ross with us, who represents Teladoc here in the state of Mississippi on their legal issues. They're going to speak in just a few moments about their gathering here and why they're here. But I want to say a few things about why we're here today. At the request of MID, I want to make certain that y'all understand how this bill came about to allow us to have an experimental telemedicine program in the state of Mississippi. In the wee hours of the night, I found out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that if I did not have some funding sources by 8 o'clock, I would lose our rural fire truck program again. So I called the Lieutenant Governor up, and Tate said, Mike, if you can figure out where to get $3 million, we'll fund it. And I said, I know where to get the money, but I want something in return. And he said, what? And I said, I want $200,000 to do a telemedicine program for my volunteer firemen. And the reason is real simple. Volunteer firemen give of their time. They don't get paid for their job. They're not like career people that get paid. They volunteer their time in service, and they get very few benefits for what they do. And they risk their life, in many cases, to go out and rescue someone who they don't know, to save other lives. And they do it as unpaid heroes. If we have 13,000 plus volunteer firemen in the state of Mississippi, and we had to pay those guys a minimum salary with benefits, it would cost you $40,000 for each one. And that's almost $500,000 a year. $500 million, not a million, $500 million a year that we would have to find money to pay the volunteers if they were all paid. And they volunteer their time. The benefits to us are we have safer communities, we have lower insurance rates, and we have a place to raise our family that we feel safe. And the other deal is this, that volunteer firemen are finding that their life is changing in a way that they not only address suppressing fires, they address prevention through installing fire alarms, and 7 out of 10 calls are usually EMT related to emergency medical. So we are having to change with the times. So there are reasons that we wanted to have this program. The main reason was that most volunteers are self-employed, and they have to take off hours to go to the doctor if they get sick. So we can provide primary health care over a very simple device called an iPhone that I will hold up and show you. It's just a very simple device, and they can call in, and with this video conferencing and voice technique, you can get health care over your phone. And there's some safety guards built into this so it can be utilized correctly. Now, the benefit of that is obvious to everybody. You got a healthy volunteer firefighter who can go to work. They don't spend 2 hours in a waiting room trying to see a doctor and still don't see somebody. They may see a nurse practitioner. So they can do that by telemedicine, and you have a healthy volunteer firefighter. And it's a benefit to them. But to make certain that everybody understands they've got some skin in the game, like a football game, they put up their $20. Actually, it's a little less than that now. It's like $12.28, I think, what Tom and Matt got it down to. And they put that up for 1 year, and they have access to not only for themselves to telemedicine, but for their whole family. It's a great program for firefighters and their families, and the goal is to provide timely primary health care for routine medical conditions to firefighters and their immediate dependents, and it's a benefit that helps the state of Mississippi. These are unsung heroes. This is what this is about. It will minimize the time away from the community when you have access to telemedicine over a telephone today and video conferencing. And I can just expound a lot about the benefits. I won't go into all of the benefits. Most people know them from common sense. But it's important to know that we will have an incentive for individuals to continue to be volunteer firemen in the state of Mississippi. Firefighters enrolled in this program, like those that are here today, will have access to a doctor anytime, anywhere, to be treated for such things as sore throats, rashes, ear infections, and any other ailments that are minor that you would go see a primary health care doctor for. We're going to hear now a few words from my good friend Charlie Ross and Ms. Tucker of Teladoc, and I will let y'all decide which way you want to go. Claudia, why don't you come up and speak first? Claudia is with Teladoc. She is in charge of governmental affairs throughout the whole United States. She's a VP, and she may not tell you this, but she's an elected official herself in the state of Virginia, serving as a supervisor. So she understands what supervisors face.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I want to thank the Commissioner for his leadership. He has done what is actually the first in the country. He is a true leader, not only here in Mississippi, but he is a leader in the United States. And I will encourage, as I have the opportunity, other states to follow his lead. We are so proud that the Commissioner selected Teladoc as a partner in this initiative. And following up upon what he said, I want to thank all the people here today that made this possible, your innovation and your forward thinking. Thank you so much for actually making this possible, but thank you so much to the firefighters, and not only to the firefighters, but to your families, because this is a joint effort. These guys that go out in the middle of the night and their families are there, they're missing dinners, they're missing ball games, they give a great part of their life to protect the citizens here, and so thank you. As the Commissioner said, I am an elected official in Amherst County, and we struggle, as do all states and all localities struggle, with getting volunteers. It's a societal change, it's an economic change, and having an incentive such as this, I think, can really turn the tide and make a difference, and I will encourage others to do it. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna take it back home to Virginia, and I'll give you credit for it, but we're gonna take this thing back home to Virginia. Thank you so much. I appreciate anything that we can do for y'all. Please let us know.
Thank you, Claudia. Senator Charlie Ross. Go ahead, Charlie.
The mark of a good leader is taking care of your people, and Commissioner Chaney, as State Fire Marshal, is doing that through Teladoc. I want to thank the volunteer firefighters. I want to thank Commissioner Chaney for his leadership. This is the way of the future. Cheaper, more affordable, more available health care. And I'm proud to be affiliated with Teladoc, and most importantly, I'm proud to be affiliated with volunteer firefighters here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. We've got a special guy here today who has actually used Teladoc. Rob Lamon is going to speak to us very briefly about his role. He is the chief of the Southwest
Captain. I appreciate the promotion.
Well, I try to promote you, you look like a chief to me. I'll tell you that. Rob, it's all yours.
It was extremely easy to sign up. The website that we went through to sign up and to get the information utilized was really easy. It asked simple questions. Got me and my son signed up, and it wasn't but $12.28 for the entire year for the availability to see a doctor at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in case we get sick. So when the opportunity came up from having a meeting with the county in Madison here, it was a great opportunity. We took advantage of it. And I know the rest of my guys in my department and our fellow departments will definitely utilize it and take advantage of it. So we appreciate it, Commissioner, very much.
Thank you, Rob. You never miss an opportunity when you got a camera here, so I want to tell you that if you have an interest and you see this on a blog site or on television or hear about it on the radio, contact your county fire coordinator and enroll. It's real simple. We got 82 counties in the state. 81 of them have a fire coordinator. That other county doesn't have one. We've got a coordinator that covers it for them. But if you want to be covered, call your county fire coordinator. Go to your volunteer fire department and they'll certify you a volunteer. You can sign up. It's easy. It's the best insurance you can have for your family, and it gives you peace of mind. Even if you already have health insurance, your deductible just for one visit to the doctor is going to be way more than you're going to pay for Teladoc. You guys know that. So sign up today. See your county fire coordinator. Thank y'all for being here.
I appreciate all of you.
Back to
Yeah, good. For me and my son.